Previously on State of Energy. We began our journey in Miri, where it all started for Sarawak's energy industry. Next, we stopped by Limbang, where the friendly locals shared insights into their economic activities. Then we looked into human capital development through the Shell Scholarship Program. And finally, the team embarked on an eye-opening journey to learn more about the upstream processes on the F6 platform. Welcome back to State of Energy. Join Emily as she explores the energy ecosystem of self-sustaining Sarawak, which powers beyond the land of the Hornbills.
As we've covered in the first episode of State of Energy, we know that the first oil well was discovered in 1909 in Miri, and that was the start of the oil and gas industry in the country. As of today, 114 years later, Sarawak itself has 1.2 billion barrels of proven oil reserves in its possession, making up 1/3 of the country's 3.6 billion barrels. The oil and gas industry in Sarawak potentially creates thousands of job opportunities and contributes to a large part of our economy, which approximately makes up 10% of the nation's gross domestic product. Oil and gas is just one part of the large energy ecosystem in our land. On this episode, let's find out more about the energy upstream sector.
As promised in the previous episode, viewers will witness the grueling preparation the team undergoes before heading offshore. Emily was also part of this preparation. This episode features an offshore trip to a different platform, where another offshore hero shares their awe-inspiring story as this episode's person of energy. For community impact, Emily travels deep into one of the remotest riverine communities in Sarawak to discover how healthcare is made accessible with new energy. So first, let's go get trained for offshore exploration.
Working in the oil and gas industry involves exposing oneself to all sorts of high-risk environments, which is why safety is a top priority in this line of work. Getting into any oil and gas facility requires one to be healthy, fit, and trained to safeguard themselves against safety hazards. So here we are today at the Sri Bima Maritime Training Center, where all the magic happens. Let's go check it out.
In the world of energy, safety isn't just a priority, it is a necessity. Today, we explore the critical importance of health and safety within the oil and gas industry, where every precaution is taken to ensure the well-being of workers in some of the most challenging environments on Earth.
Hey guys, so I just finished my very first classroom session today for the safety training, but that's just for today. There's going to be more classes tomorrow and days after. But I had my assessment earlier for the theory part, and guess what? I got full marks. So I'm really excited for the next part. We're going to be playing with fire, so stay tuned. Hi guys, I've been looking forward to this day for the last 2 weeks, so if I'm honest, I don't even feel nervous. If anything, I'm just really excited for this. So yeah, we're gonna be playing with fire, and I wouldn't say I'm ready, but as with everything else in life, you're never truly ready for any situation, so let's just do it. We got this. Aside from it being dark and smoky inside, I really don't know what to expect. And I'm working with a bunch of guys. I'm the only girl here.
Saya busy dulu. Masuk dalam. Kamera Yosef dulu. Pergi masuk dulu.
Dari sana, itu pegang dinding ni. Satu tangan di dinding dan satu tangan di hadapan ya. Hadapan ni.
obstacle dekat depan. Ada obstacle dekat depan.
Good. Good.
Masuk.
Through comprehensive training, rigorous safety protocols, and a commitment to continuous improvement, the oil and gas industry, in fact, the entire energy industry, strives to make this goal a reality, day in and day out.
Obstacle in front. Watch your step. Watch your step. Turun tangga.
Now we're playing with fire.
Safety isn't just about preventing accidents. It is also about being prepared for the unexpected. Regular emergency response drills allows workers to practice their response to situations like fires, gas leaks, and medical emergencies.
That was my first time using a fire extinguisher. I'm pretty impressed with myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tired. I know I look a mess. It was really fun. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Hi, Mr. Yusuf. Thank you so much for making time for us today. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at SMTC?
First of all, thank you for spending your time coming here. Myself, I'm the Managing Director of Sri Bima Maritime Training Center, Malaysia. Our product here is as a training provider for the oil and gas safety and skill and survival training.
What are some of the requirements to be a vendor/supplier to the oil and gas industry?
First of all, these are all to be conducted with international standard. Currently, the one that we have that we are using is one from UK and the other one from US. We give the training as according to the guideline, and the quality of it is not to be compromised, as these are safety business. Safety business, there is no compromise in safety.
So do you and your team have to go for training often?
They came in certain levels. First level is that consists of two. First, they must have experience working and experience the life offshore. Yeah. Secondly, they must be able to speak English, because when talk about global market, English is the first language to understand. And then once they have this, then if we want to employ them, we will employ them as instructor, or better say subject matter expert. And now currently we have a lot of Australians who have this experience, and we train them in-house because we are approved due to our international standard to train them here in-house and then recognize them as approved instructor worldwide.
I'm wearing blue coveralls, so guess where we're going? We're going in the water. I don't know how long we're gonna be in the water today, but thankfully the weather is nice and chilly, so I'm kind of nervous. I have been to scuba diving lessons before, and I still tend to panic in the water, but we'll see.
Imagine being hundreds of miles from shore, surrounded by the vast expanse of the ocean, working on an offshore platform. In these training sessions, workers learn to identify and mitigate risks, from the potential hazards of heavy machinery to the dangers of working at heights. They are equipped with the skills and knowledge needed to respond swiftly and effectively in the event of an emergency.
Deploy, same process, clip first.
Once on the job, safety remains a top priority. Daily safety briefings, equipment inspections, and regular safety audits ensure that protocols are followed and hazards are minimized. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is another critical aspect of safety in the oil and gas industry. From hard hats to steel-toed boots, workers are outfitted with gear designed to protect them from workplace hazards.
So I'm just sitting here watching the next batch do all the exercises, and as easy as it looks, it really isn't. It's really, really tough and challenging. I think the hardest aspect to it is trying to stay calm when you're panicking and like you're losing your orientation in the water. But with the experts' help and their guidance, it really is doable.
At the end of the day, the ultimate goal is simple: to ensure that every worker, every beloved Sarawakian, returns home safely to their loved ones. This is Vincent, the field operations engineer of Petronas Carigali Sendirian Berhad. He'll tell us more about what happens daily on the platform he works at.
My name is Vincent Lim Ming Xian. I'm a field operations engineer, currently working with Petronas Carigali Sendirian Berhad, Sarawak Assets. I've been with the organization for 13 years. I started my career as a production technician in Petronas Carigali in this platform where we call Baronia.
Baronia was discovered in 1972. It is located 47 kilometers northwest of Miri with a water depth of about 76 meters. Every day in Baronia, workers suit up in full safety gear: helmets, goggles, coveralls, and boots. Ensuring safety is their top priority. They take on their roles with a strong focus on preventing any incidents. Each piece of equipment is carefully and regularly inspected to guarantee functionality and safe operations. So here's what typically happens in Baronia. Gas from various interfield platforms is first processed through a gas compression system and then a gas dehydration system. After these steps, the gas is directed into one of several systems. It can be used as fuel gas, injected back into the ground, or exported to Bintulu or Miri. Starting at the wellhead, the extracted crude oil goes into a separation system. Here, the crude oil is separated and then pumped, ready to be exported to Miri.
So working at Baronia platform allows me to learn a lot of things because we have quite a lot of technology here.
During the same separation process, any water present is directed into a water treatment system before being safely discharged into the sea. Regular discussions and meetings with supervisors and colleagues, both in person and online, keep everyone on the same page. These interactions ensure smooth operations and foster teamwork on the platform. From early morning jogs around the deck to group workouts in the gym, these routines help them stay energized and focused. Staying fit is an important part of daily life on the offshore platform. Personnel engage in various fitness activities to keep themselves in top shape, both physically and mentally. On the platform, staying active is a key to maintaining a healthy and productive environment. Out here in the vast expanse of the sea, where the horizon meets the sky, a different kind of bond forms. It's not just about the work or the long hours, it's about the sense of fellowship, the sense of togetherness that grows with every shared meal. When the day is done and the work is behind them, there's a time to unwind, to be with colleagues who are more like family. They support each other, knowing that out there, far from home, their unity is their greatest comfort. It's this friendship, this unbreakable bond that makes their journey at sea not just bearable, but truly memorable. So what's a work day like in the life of an offshore worker? It looks pretty normal at the start of the day, don't you think so? From waking up at the sound of the alarm to getting ready and dressed for work. The only difference is probably the commute. Instead of driving from home to the office, offshore personnel travel from the living quarters to the central processing plant.
As an offshore worker, what we do here is actually when we get out of bed in the morning, we get our breakfast. And we start off our day with morning meeting.
Each morning starts with a toolbox meeting in the mess hall, where workers review safety protocols and daily tasks. Then, permits to work submitted by service providers are processed to ensure all operators are safe and compliant before they get on board.
If it is inside your...
This is where we discuss things beginning with safety. and all the way to technical tasks, be it routine or non-routine tasks. All this discussion is taken place in our living quarters, whereby we look into the things that we need to do to ensure oil and gas is being delivered to the shore for processing. New control schemes.
On the offshore platform, round checks are a critical part of the daily routine. Workers meticulously inspect for any abnormalities, listen for unusual noises, and feel for temperature changes on equipment. They ensure life-saving applications are in perfect working order and verify equipment parameters to maintain optimal operation. These checks are essential for maintaining safety and efficiency on the platform, ensuring that every detail is in order and every precaution is taken. Every day, offshore workers execute their tasks with utmost seriousness, knowing the importance of precision in their high-risk environment. They work closely with their colleagues, fostering teamwork and collaboration. Ensuring every operation runs smoothly. Safety is a constant priority. They meticulously follow protocols and regularly inspect equipment to prevent any incidences. Working in such challenging environments requires not just skill, but also resilience and dedication. These workers face the harsh conditions of the sea, far from their families, yet they remain committed to their roles, driven by a sense of purpose and responsibility. But what is the story behind Vincent's journey into the oil and gas industry? What challenges and experiences have shaped him into the professional he is today? How did he come to be where he is now, standing strong on offshore platforms, contributing to the energy needs of the world?
Yeah, being a hands-on person, I always have the passion to learn technical skills. My interest is more on computers and electronics. So initially my dream was to become a pilot, but as I grew older, I felt that, technical skills and hand-on skills are practically my kind of thing. Yeah.
What sparked Vincent's interest in the oil and gas industry?
Initially, before I started oil and gas, I have minimum knowledge because the only knowledge that I gained was through my family, as well as the exhibition in Sarawak Museum, whereby they have a small oil and gas exhibition there.
Working in such a specialized field requires specific skills and knowledge.
After finishing my secondary education in Kuching, I applied for Institute Technology Petroleum Petronas, which belongs to Petronas in Terengganu. And I finished my studies there with a certificate in petroleum technology under production discipline. As part of a frontline workforce, I get the experience to grow myself in the organization where we are sent for trainings, technical trainings as well as soft skills trainings.
Being away from home for weeks at a time is one of the biggest challenges of working offshore. For many, it's a test of endurance and resilience. To cope with the distance, offshore workers like Vincent rely heavily on the support of their colleagues, who have become like a second family in the harsh environment of the platform. When the time finally comes to return home, there's a profound sense of relief and happiness. The prospect of reuniting with family and friends after a week at sea is a powerful motivator, making all the hard work worth it. But how does his family feel about him working so far away from home, in such a high-risk environment? How do they support him through these extended periods apart?
The most challenging part of our work out here would be being away from our family. It means losing half a year because our roster is covering 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So this gives us a challenge that we are unable to assist the people that we care when we needed to, when we are at offshore. At the same time, with the support of my family, I was motivated to take up part-time studies. So I took up Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and I graduated with a degree. With that, I had the opportunity to upgrade myself and became a field operations engineer, which is my current position.
Upskilling and gaining better qualifications can transform a career. For Vincent, it means more than just a promotion. It signifies personal and professional growth. With advanced skills and certifications, workers like Vincent open doors to new opportunities, higher responsibilities, and enhanced job satisfaction. It's a milestone that reflects dedication and progress, leading to a more fulfilling and impactful role in their field. It's not all work and no play on the platform. During weekends, Vincent and his colleagues get a chance to unwind and enjoy some fun. Special dinners are prepared, bringing everyone together for a satisfying meal. These moments of relaxation and celebration provide a welcome break from their busy routines, making life offshore a bit more enjoyable. At the end of the day, as the sun sets over the horizon, Vincent takes a moment to relax and enjoy the tranquil view. While Baronia continues its operations throughout the night, this peaceful scene offers a brief respite and a chance to appreciate the beauty of offshore life.
As we are embarking to newer and cleaner energy, flexibility and perseverance is important during this period of time of upshift. As a Sarawakian, I look forward to the development and advancement of technology that benefits the Sarawakians. I hope we appreciate our diverse community and the value towards the unity of our nation. In this segment, Emily visits the clinic that provides healthcare services to about 100 villagers a day. This is Long Loyang, located approximately 183 kilometers from Miri.
It takes almost 5 hours to reach this remote location by 4x4. This is the only clinic available to these villages, as the next nearest one could be days away. It is crucial for the Long Loyang Health Clinic to remain operational at all times, especially during emergencies.
Sejak dulu memang susah hidup kampung Loyang sebab kadang-kadang pakai enjin tu kan, kadang-kadang minyak terputus, tiada minyak. Kadang-kadang orang kampung pun tiada minyak. Mau pergi jalan naik nak pergi ke bandar, satu jauh. Kalau hujan ke, dia lalu ke jalan tu.
Maka kami itu kelia laban lampunya, kadang-kadang laban nadai lampu maka dia tu susah kami nyuk kelia. Mengangau berketuk meniki tangga nganggerak sidak ke bakal sidak desa dalam bilik. Bertekuk namanya berpandam ke pintu, masuk sidak nulung kami. Mayuh macam penusa lah. Maka tu siapa mati, orang kak beranak, kak mayuh lah hari rumah panjayu ke sitik penusa.
Kadang kalau mau bawa orang sakit tengah malam, kalau emergency tengah malam, kamu sendiri tahu kan kamu balik dari macam mana jalan, memang risau lah.
I'm the Executive Director of H2 Energy. H2 Energy is a young company that is championing the hydrogen as an alternative energy storage for rural electrification. And we were given an opportunity to pilot the first rural clinics for Ministry of Health at Long Loyang, Marudi. We work very closely with our stakeholders, that is the user themselves, the Ministry of Health and the user at the clinics, to understand their requirements, the challenges that they are currently facing using the current system, that is a diesel generator. We try to incorporate designs that can address all these challenges that they are facing.
Being out of reach from the main grid, the clinic has finally become operational 24/7 thanks to the installation of an independent solar hydrogen system that keeps it running around the clock.
So H2E is actually a plug-and-play system. It's modular, so it's scalable in accordance to the needs of the villages or the clinics or even the schools. So here we have H2 Energy that is basically harvesting from Mother Nature, solar and water. So the solar panels provide electricity directly to the clinic in the day. And then of course water. So we have electrolyzer that break the water molecule, and you harvest the hydrogen, you store it in the storage tank, and at night or during intermittent time, the fuel cell will draw the hydrogen from the storage tank to ensure an uninterrupted supply of energy to the clinic.
Hey Rafi, can you tell us a little bit about what you do at H2 Energy?
My name is Muhammad Rafi. So I'm working as an engineer at H2 Energy, Sdn Bhd. So I want to introduce our system in Klinik Kesihatan Long Loyang. Here you can see the first ever system, the green energy system to power up a clinic in Baramiri. Yeah.
Can we have a look?
Yeah, can, sure. Yeah, currently you're looking at the H2E system powerhouse. So next to it is the genset room that was being used before to power up the clinic. But at the moment, it's still being used to power up the quarters during the nights only. Because during the day, we use the panels, the solar power to the quarters, and at the same time to power up all the machines at the back inside of the powerhouse and also the clinics. This is the main source as a fuel to power up the system. Just imagine right now you're using diesel to power up your car, your petrols to power up the car, but in front of you, you're using the water only as a source of fuel to power up the clinic. And then The water here is we collected from the rain. So we use all the things that we can get here. So right now we're using the rainwater. We collect it every day, and then the process is from rainwater we collect into this tank, and then this tank can hold about 200 liters of water and able to sustain the site for about 2 months if there is no rainwater at all. So and then we install 60 panels inside the clinics, and then we segregate the power distribution between the clinics and our powerhouse. And then we also install the satellite signal for us to communicate with the machines, and then to do all the live monitoring, even to collect the data.
Wow, so all this is controlled remotely.
You can power as long as you have the internet connection. You don't have any problems to do the manuals control, automated controls, and also you can even see the data on how the equipments perform every day. So right now, there is an electrolysis process happening. So currently, the water that we harvest, we use the water to do the electrolysis process to get the hydrogen and oxygen. So in front of you right now, you're seeing the oxygen being released outside because we're only harvesting the hydrogens. So the hydrogens later on will be used by the fuel cells. I can show you properly inside later on for you to have more overview on our setup. Yeah. Okay. Come inside our powerhouse and have a look at our system. So basically here is all the equipment that we use inside the powerhouse. So we're starting from the water tank outside just now. So the water tank will go through a sediment filter. Then this is the pump for our rainwater collection system. Then we'll go through the pump here. So the pump later on will be fed into the main system.
The size is, as you can see at the site, we house it into the size of like a filing cabinet. So when we come to deployment, we can do rapid deployment. That would give a very sustainable implementation of the system to the rural sites.
Right. So here is the system actually. So there's 3 main components in our system: the water tank modules, and then we have the electrolyzer that does the electrolysis process, breaking down the oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen will be later on stored inside the cylinder here. The 4 cylinder that you see in front of you. If we're talking about hydrogen, the first thing that will come in mind is the safety part. We're involving with a very low pressure of hydrogen. The max pressure that we have is 35 bar, just kind of like I say, the pressure of your car's tire. So this is the fuel cells. So the fuel cells will be doing the process of converting hydrogen into the electricity. Yeah.
And how does that work actually?
So it will go through few membranes. So the transfer process of electrons, and then so it's basically the chemical reaction inside the fuel cells, and then later on we'll be converting into a DC current. Yeah. And then during the night process, the fuel cells will took in, and then will generating electricity to be supplied into the clinic. Yeah.
So that's 24 hours, yeah?
Yep, it's 24 hours smooth interchange between our solar, and then we're using the hydrogens later on. Not just that, we're also using the fuel cell in case there is a cloudy weather. So if there is a bad weather and then our panels could not cover the electricity production, then our fuel cells will straightly kick in. Yeah.
So this is about how many weeks supply of electricity?
So right now, because this one is in a pilot project, this one can sustain us just enough for the 1 whole day. Yeah, correct. So, but in future later on, we will, because the autonomous for us to have 3 days collection, 3 days of standby storage. So meaning that if there is 3 days that we don't have any sunlight at all, these things still functioning. Yeah, correct. So to construct this 1 cabinet, it can take about 5 to 6 hours for us, for just the whole hydrogen system.
And what are all these pipes, by the way?
So this pipe is, so you can see that we use a multi-way of hydrogen. I can say a multi-way of direction. You know why? Because the first thing that during the day we store the hydrogen inside the cylinder. and then at the night we will take the cylinder going into the fuel cell. Some of the cylinder doesn't have that feature actually. So we try to minimize and make it very compact for us. You can see right now, so we're only using one single tube to be fit into our cylinder, and the same tube also been fit out into the fuel cells. All right, yeah.
See, there's a lot of fans as well to keep the place cool.
Yeah, yes, actually just for the ventilation purpose and to disperse if there is any leakage happening. So right now the things being equipped with all the sensors and then all the safety system, because we know that the safety is the most important thing that when we're handling hydrogen. Yeah.
Can all this be monitored and controlled remotely?
Yes, correct. You can see the system that we build in, we have our energy management system. So we don't have the problem to control and then to monitor the data. So right now the access can be given to the user for them to set their own, I can say, customize. So whether when the thing will want to start and stop, and then even if there is different kind of environment, like I said, the cloudy weather, so the thing will be happening, happening automatically. Yeah. So the thing can be controlled using your phones to monitor. So I can say the operator wouldn't be 24 hours at the site to monitor the thing. We try to eliminate that kind of hassle. Yeah. So that's why we implement our energy management system and our own server to track the data, to monitor the data, and then the data can be used for the others to be for them as a reference for the other sites. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. What are some of the notable changes in the lives of the community ever since this development?
I think the first impact was felt by the medical staff. They can now provide at ease, with confidence, the services to the villagers, to the patient, knowing that the electricity will be uninterrupted.
So far sekarang semenjak ada solar hydrogen ini, operasi klinik kita lebih mudah lah. Jadi kita boleh ada elektrik dari pagi sampai ke petang. Elektrik kita memang dah ada, jadi kita punya equipment top loading kita boleh pakai elektrik. Lepas tu kita mungkin dalam rawatan patient macam contoh kes asma, kita ada nebulizer, jadi kita tak perlulah mau pergi on generator apa.
Barang itu sudah sedia, ready
sedia, kita dah ada elektrik, kita pakai.
Of course, the system is also connected to a satellite that we have actually installed that actually allow us to provide what we call remote or cloud control, monitoring control, because we want to keep the system as minimal supervision as possible. So that satellite system that we have set up has actually an indirect positive impact to the villagers or the community. It has now become a social hub because of how they can tap onto the internet. That's very positive to us because you can see that how important connectivity have bring to the villagers. Through this clinic, I was being told that boatmen that travel down through the river in front of the clinics stop just around the front of the clinic so that they can have fast time with their family. So it become a social hub, a highway, which is good because then they remember Long Loyang Clinic, right? That they know that we can not only just obtain medical services, but we also will be able to obtain connectivity.
As Emily concludes her journey through Sarawak's energy ecosystem, she is reminded of its profound impact on the people. She discovered the critical importance of energy security to Sarawak's communities. Emily's team explored the lives of Sarawakians in the oil and gas industry by chatting with Vincent, who navigates challenges and responsibilities on the Baronia platform while balancing work and family commitments. While on the Baronia platform, Emily's team explored the upstream process of the oil and gas industry. They also underwent safety training at 3 Bima Maritime Training Center, experiencing the grueling preparation required before embarking on offshore exploration. State of Energy will continue to present thrilling adventures in the energy ecosystem throughout the series. In the next episode, Emily will visit an intriguing oil and gas facility in Bintulu and chat with a couple of women in energy about opportunities for young Sarawakians in this empowering industry. Stay tuned as Emily uncovers more stories, explores new landscapes, and delves deeper into the fascinating world of energy in Sarawak. Until then, thank you for joining us on State of Energy.